For my last magic trick, I'm going to make a sponge in a saucepan. No, really, we're going to make a sponge in a saucepan. Lexi from Bessemer is here, and you've told me that it is possible to make a sponge
in a saucepan, definitely. So Ben, today we're going to use one of our largest saucepans in the range. This one here is actually a 4-litre capacity, so you can use it for a pasta pan, for a casserole, but it's also a complete oven on top of the stove. And I particularly love this one to do the sponge because it's got the straight sides. And if you do your job well today in the beating, the mixture should come up almost to the height of the pan. So that's what we're looking for.
And what have you done in there?
So what I've done in here, because the sponge is quite fragile, we really have to treat it gently. So as much as we can rely on our non-stick coating, it is a really good idea to just rub it out with a little bit of butter or margarine, and then with your little sifter, just sprinkle a little bit of cornflour out of it, and that just helps to release it from the sides, and we don't have any problems with that.
Okay, let's get into it.
Okay.
I cannot wait to see this.
Good. Okay, so you're going to beat the egg whites and the salt for me.
So how many egg whites there?
So we've got 6 egg whites.
A pinch of salt.
Pinch of salt. And we just need to beat them to soft peaks start to form. And then once that happens, we gradually add the caster sugar. Yes.
There we go, Lexi.
Okay, that's looking nice and well whipped there with the little peaks. So we need it so that the white has the peaks forming.
Yeah, holds its peak.
Yes. And so now I'm just going to use the egg yolks and put half a teaspoon of vanilla. So this is that beautiful vanilla paste, isn't it?
Yeah.
Compared to the essence, it seems to have a much more intense flavour.
Yeah.
And just give these a light whisk through. Whisked our egg yolks and vanilla. You were dying to lick that, weren't you? I could see the sparkle in your eye. Okay, so now we're just going to put the egg yolk mixture in.
So with sponges, it's about being gentle.
Yes. Corn flour. And before I sift it all through, I'm just going to add the 2 tablespoons of plain flour into that, and our baking powder all in there. And we'll just gently sift that, and there we go, and you can do your magic folding. Look at the colour of those eggs. They're so rich.
Your sponge,
Looks
Lexi.
beautiful. Thank you so much, Ben. That's perfectly whipped. So now what we do is we just pop it into our pan. The pan is cold, so we don't need to preheat anything. We'll just put it directly in to there and let it do its magic. So I'm just going to use the, I'll get you to hold that for me if you don't mind. I just want to make sure I get every little bit out of here. I don't want to waste any. Put it into our pan. So you can change the flavour. It doesn't have to be vanilla. You can put ginger in it and make a beautiful ginger fluff sponge as well, or a honey sponge. So you can, vary it. And
Lemon zest would be really nice.
Lemon zest, beautiful. So I'm just going to lightly even it off a little bit, and so it's just ready to go. So I'm just going to pop that on. The rule of baking in Bessemer: lid on. Find the little indicator on the lid. Make sure the vent is open, and we're going to put it on a medium heat. And we're just going to wait for that heat to travel, come up the sides. Again, let the lid grab the heat. And once we test it against the knob on the top of the lid, and we have that slow count to 3, our oven is set, and we time it from there. And we'll turn this sponge right down to low because we just want it to cook very gently.
Well, I've done my part, Lexi. It's up to you.
I know. So let's just say the magic words, and hopefully we're going to turn out the perfect sponge.
The big moment.
The big moment is here, Ben. So fingers crossed when we take the lid off. Wow.
That looks perfect.
And we have our sponge.
Oh, look at it, it just moves gently in there.
That's right. And the
Like
secret of tipping cakes out of your Bessemer cookware is don't try it straight away. You do need to just let it breathe that little bit and just gently shake, as you can see, and just give it time to release itself from the sides, because if you rush it, you're going to leave half of it in the bottom. So we're just going to get a flat plate, and because this is such a delicate, I still like to put a little bit of baking paper on the top of the plate. just so that it will release.
The last
And
moment,
again,
reflexing.
yes, here we go. Up and over. Say those prayers. Release it. And
Oh,
there we
yeah.
go. And then we can just go back and over. And hopefully,
Look at that.
there we go. And there's
Woo!
our sponge.
Smells good
Okay.
too. Oh man.
And you can cut it in half if you want to and fill the centre, or you can just pile some beautiful cream and fruit on top, or make a passion fruit sponge with your icing, which is really yum.
We just cooked the sponge in a saucepan on the
On the
stove.
stove. It is rather amazing though, isn't it? You know, even after 30 years, I still get excited when I do something like this and think, I couldn't cook sponges in the oven before, I
No.
didn't have any luck, but throw it in the pan, tip it out, very exciting.
That for me is the true test. The fact that we could do that in the Bessemer cookware is a big tick for me.
Fantastic, good.